Well, welcome back to another week at SNG. We got all kinds of fun stuff to do this week, so let's get going. This is the first show of the new year. Remember Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, the movie? This just really reminds me of it. It's just a beautiful sunset out in front of SNG. That's why we love it here so much. That's just so amazing. Wow. That is incredible. Just awesome. Well, welcome back after the holidays. We're back here at SNG. We're just about to go home. It's on a Tuesday, but Kobe and Robert are here. And Kobe, what you got there?
Oh, a working LCD for the Tricorder. I do apologize, I did crack the screen.
If we turn off the radio over there.
Well, I do apologize, I did crack the screen. It will all fit into the main body now. So the screen will be much clearer and better.
Yeah, it looked really good to me, but you know better.
So
you
we
hear
are.
The sounds?
It does have certain L cars will produce their own sounds. So far, we have almost 200 individual L cars that can be loaded on. The final shipping will have a 2 gigabyte memory.
Cool. That is so cool. Oh, look at that! It just changed. I remember that one. It's so nice. That one doesn't make a sound. And so it rotates through the different ones?
I only have 3 loaded on there right now.
Right. That is so cool.
There's one more.
Oh, there it is.
I love this one.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Who made the graphics?
The L cars actually come from a gentleman in the UK by the name of Adge. He runs the 5 L cars websites.
Oh, okay. Well, I know those. Yeah, I know about those. That's incredible.
He came on board. He's very excited, and he actually is going through his entire collection and modifying specifically for the Tricorder screen.
This is going to be one heck of a Tricorder, everyone. More on this later as we go. So Mary and I decided that we wanted a big telescope. I have my Celestron C8, but we were looking at other telescopes, and Mary did a lot of research and found a really good one and got a good deal on it. She is always the best at research. This is the base for it, which I just put together. And the telescope fits in there, which gives you an idea of its size. And here's the box it came in, which I am just now putting my little hand on by comparison. And we're going to open it up. And inside of it is one big piece of hardware. That's the tube. Oh my goodness. It is a 12-inch Dobsonian telescope, which is a Newtonian telescope that this basic design was designed by a man named Dobson, correct me if I'm wrong, and this is the scope, and you can just see the enormous size it is. We wanted, or I wanted, the 16-inch, but it was very impractical, so we got the 12-inch, and I'm kind of doing this as my usual one-handed style, and there it is inside. It's like the size of a small Saturn V. So here it is, and Mary wants to set it back. She didn't like it. And there's the mirror inside, which is amazing. And it's all in one piece and not broken, I'm happy to say. So I got the side mounts on, which are these big, huge bearings that turn inside of here. Got one on each side, very easy to put on. This is very well made. I mean, you really look at the quality of this scope. It is amazing. These are adjustable for balance depending on what kind of weight you've got on it. I just put the finder scope on, which is very easy. You just slide that in. It's really all it's doing. I'm not going to go a lot of detail here because a lot of you looking at this, you know your telescopes. This is beautiful. This is the same size finder scope that I have on my C8 Celestron, which I just repaired today because someone picked it up by this with the telescope attached. So, but I repaired this, thankfully. But it's the same size. This is great. The only problem is I can't lift this onto here myself like this gentleman's doing, so I'm waiting for Mary. And so here it is all put together. It's an incredible telescope. I cannot wait to be looking to this scope. It takes these huge, beautiful 2-inch eyepieces. Once you remove the adapter, which comes out like that. That is the size of the eyepiece I can put in there. It's really, really amazing to have something this size. My Celestron is 8-inch. This is 12-inch mirror. You can see, looking down in there, the incredible mirror, and there's the secondary mirror right there, which is angled, which bounces the light off that mirror to the secondary mirror to that eyepiece there. The finder scope is beautiful. It's a big finder scope. This also came with a culminator that's laser, so you can easily culminate it. We just ordered some Bob's knobs for it. I love how well built this is and how easy it turns, but it's very, very firm. It's not really loose. It has really good movement. And it's just a beautiful telescope. Mary and I are so pleased to have this and cannot wait to go on a star party. Can we?
Waiting for it.
I can't wait. It's the monolith. So Zamira here, who's been very diligent at working on the tricorder molds. This is the first half that Jim did, which is really good, Jim, if you're watching. Now we're doing the second half of this, and that's the medical add-on section to the tricorder. Of course, you know we have this mold here for the main body, and this is the mold for the part that folds out from the main body, which Zamira also did. It's excellent. It really came out really very well, and now she's mixing up silicone to pour the second side of this, and that gives us all our main body parts for the tricorder, which means that we can start pouring up parts next week for tricorders. I want to get one right away, of course. And everybody's gonna have tricorders. Just, you know, it's gonna be cool. But then we still have all these parts over here to do, but they're gonna be a lot easier to do. Yeah, this is the part I was talking about. That's from this. This is the mold for this. And of course that goes, as you know, like that. So, and then we got all these little parts to do, which really aren't going to be very hard to do. So it'll happen very fast. One big mold for most of them. And over here, I've been working on my big U-boat. We're going out to a regatta, and it's going to be going out there. I've been working a lot on the pressure system and checking everything to make sure that it's all working. This is very old, but turned out I had some leaks. We fixed those. Had some electrical problems. We fixed those. I changed this to being put on with magnets so I can get in there to pull the battery off and on when I need to. And over here, I've been working on Steve's World War II X-boat, and what needed to happen was he needed extended rudders on this in order to make this thing turn. You remember in the pool it didn't turn very well, so these two set screws are into wheel collars that are embedded inside of here, and these shafts go into it. So once the wheel collars are released, it'd probably help if I did this. Unscrew, and kind of hard to do with one hand and no glasses on, but I will do it. There we go. Unscrew that one. And just little grub screws that are stainless steel, and then these come right out. So then these just come right out like that. See? And they go back in like this. And then we tighten them up. If I can refine the wrench. There it is. So this way he's got an increased rudder area. You can't see this underwater because it's clear, and when it's on display, he can just remove those. I'm really proud of how that worked out, because the actual wheel collar, which looks like this right here, this tiny little thing here, you can see where the grub screw goes in, the set screw, and that's all embedded in there. So I've been working on our little guy, and the idea here was to get him perfectly smooth, and a big heavy coating of primer on there. I can still see a couple tiny little scratches I want to fix on it, but ultimately it is perfect. I redid the eyes and fixed them, so these will get vacuum formed. Actually, I think I'll probably round them out a little bit more on the edges and make them out of silicone mold, and then vacuum form over resin pieces I make out of the silicone mold, and that'll fit directly into there. And of course the jaw, I've been working on some more, and it's looking very clean now. We'll finish that off on Monday, and we'll mold this, which will be really cool. And Zamira is going to help me mold it. I'm learning how to do that, and she's sitting here doing a very thankless job, which is to keep the silicone up over the top of our part, and that part will be done, and that gives us all our molds. So we're in the back here. We finally got rid of all the molds off the floor, which is wonderful, and we're very slowly but surely turning this into stage space again. We have Conda and Darla here today. Hi. And she's working on her mask, and she's learned how to vacuum form. She's vacuum formed some eyes, and she's going to paint those eyes and put them in there. And she did that beautiful paint job that you can see. And Darla's working on her ears, and she's learning how to do the separator, the seam, because we have to do these ears in two pieces so that she can get the clay out and be able to get the latex out much easier this way. She's doing a great job. You've never done this layup before, right?
No.
This is the first time. Well, you're doing a really good job. And over here is the other ear, which is going to be really interesting when she molds this. It also is going to have to be two pieces. It may even be three pieces. We'll see. It might be a piece on the inside, one here and one here. And this whole concept that she's working on here is all done from this drawing here that she did. And you can see the bent ear, and so she's really making pretty much exactly what she drew, except that she's got that bug on the head, which I love. Yeah. So down here is the medical tricorder and standard tricorder mold. You know about this piece here. We've showed you that before. This is the fold down here, and it's in two pieces, as you can see. And that came out really good. Zamira did that one, and then Jim and Zamira worked on this one, which is the medical tricorder section, and that came out really nice. I mean, we got everything in there and then some. And you can see how these holes go straight through, but because we put a piece of tape behind them, we'll be able to pop that out of the resin, pop that out. There'll be a little tiny area to pick out there, but there's where the magnets are going to go. Colby was worried about those. These are the pinholes. This is for the switch, I think it is. Everything came out really, really nice and clean on this mold. I'm very, very pleased with it. So now we have all the molds to make the body of the tricorder at long last, and now we're going to do the small modes next. So that does it for this week at SNG. We'll be back next week with even more fun. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. This year starting off really, really great, as I knew it would. We love you a whole bunch, and see you next week.